What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Crunch Time here, and I'm back with a video today. So the video today is going to be about what mods I actually did to my vehicle and how you can obtain these same mods, and with a little tweaking and everything, your vehicle actually can be just like mine, or you can actually have your own creativity. So when it came to this vehicle, the first thing I didn't like when I popped the hood was actually the engine cover. So the engine cover itself is big and bulky. So I'm pretty sure anybody who has the Dodge Challenger 5.7, understands that that cover is big and ugly. So first thing I did was I actually ordered the engine covers itself. They took a little minute to come in, so I ordered the engine covers. But the first mod I actually did to put on the vehicle itself was the cold air intake. So I actually went to ebay.com and I purchased this cold air intake here for $169.99. Whenever you're actually taking off your cold air intake off the vehicle itself, it's going to be big. It's going to come across the whole front. You have to take it off and make sure you take off your original mass airflow sensor here, put it in, and then snap it right back in. Okay. Then the second mod that I actually did, I actually went on, I think it was Amazon.com, and I actually went to BilletTechnology.com, and I seen the oil catch can. On Billet Technology is actually more expensive than Amazon. So what I did was I went to Amazon and I actually got this right here for $139.99 shipped. Same black, same, you can't tell the difference. It actually is from Billet Technology. You can't tell the difference. So I actually had this, I put this on or whatnot. And if you don't know anything about oil catch cans itself is actually great for Hemi engines. The reason why is because it catches all that sludge and all the gunk and everything from the bad oil or old oil that's in your engine, and it actually catches it. So whenever you do your oil change, you just screw this, pour it out, put it back on, and then put in your new oil or whatnot. It's great to have, great for looks, and it's all around good, man. Like, it's a little dirty right now, but it holds up. I think it's powder coated black, and they got different colors. You can get it customized any color you want. So the third mod that actually I did to the vehicle when it actually came in was the engine covers itself. And the engine covers came in, and the engine covers itself come with this silver on the front. What I did was I sanded down the silver. Here it said powered by SRT. I actually sanded that down. So when I sanded it down, I actually taped everything off, and then I did my sanding. It took at least 30 minutes each side to sand and tape everything off. And then I grinded down the power by SRT with my Dremel itself. And then I took my red caliber paint that I had. I used from my other vehicle, my Infiniti FX45, and I actually painted this with red caliber paint here to make it stand out with the cold air intake. So part of that is, it took a little minute, and I did a great job. It's not the best, but I did a good job with taping everything off. And then the next mod, I actually went and I actually bought the decal covers. So the decal covers itself were $109.96 on eBay. Steve White Parts actually has them, and same with the engine cover. The engine cover itself is $104.17. So if you go to Steve White Parts or eBay, you can actually find these. So these right here normally come on the 392 Scat Pack. I would advise you to go ahead and get it for the 5.7. It fits. Only thing you have to do with the engine cover itself, there's a nipple right under here. You have to file that nipple down. File that nipple down, pull the cylinder thing that sits here down, and it snaps right on. The mod that I did to this was, there's a hose, crankcase breather hose. So the crankcase breather hose itself comes out, but it won't sit flush if you have the original crankcase breather hose. So what I did was I took my Dremel and I cut this out. I don't know if you can see it. Cut that out. Boom. Went to Home Depot, bought a hose, ran it, zip tied it on. Probably gonna slip that off a little later today, make it look clean. And that's the mod I did for that. I think it looks awesome, man. It brings out the beauty in the engine and everything there. And like I say, it's cheap mods, man. All the mods that I'm doing here, man, is or I'm telling you about, is all under $100. Like $150 is the most I done spent. 160 is the most I done spent. So with that being said, the next mods that I actually did on the outside of the vehicle itself, which is I put the splash guards on. So I went on eBay.com and the splash guards itself were $21.99. So I put the splash guards on the front and the back. So the catch with the splash guards itself is you actually have to take off your front and rear tires to actually put them in. I actually drilled through the original holes, the original plastic bracket holes that were there, and I actually took my damn, I'm fucking up, but you know what I mean. I actually took my screwdriver and I actually drilled these in. Same for the back. I thought that I actually could turn the front tire and actually have it, you know, I can do it without taking the tire off, but that's impossible. And I actually drilled these in too. They actually work, but I'm planning on getting bigger tires, so they may not work as great with the bigger tires on the back. Another mod that I actually did to the vehicle itself was I blacked out the side markers. So the side markers itself were $11.99 on eBay, pretty cheap, you know. And I did the rear. The rear itself was $11.99. Okay. Another outside mod that I actually did was I actually did this mod here, which is the center tail light mod. So what I did was I didn't like when it says Dodge across the front. So what I did was I went to luxautoconcepts.com and I found this decal, and it's actually embossed. I don't know if you can see if the camera's picking it up. It's actually embossed on a flag in the under, and then it has an overlay, and then I just put the red Challenger in the middle. That right there was actually $50 shipped. Came in within 3 to 5 business days, and it looks pretty good. I did the rear marker blackouts. Sorry, my car is backed all the way up to my garage, but I did the rear marker blackouts there. Look pretty decent. Make the car stand out, and I actually did the tail light blackouts there. So the tail light blackouts itself, if I can remember, I think there was $18.99, and they just go right here in the center, and it blacks it out. So when you back up, the white light itself isn't that bright, and it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, it's like, so with all the mods itself, like I say, every mod I did or I am going to the vehicle, I'm trying to spend less than $150 on the vehicle itself, and I think I did a pretty decent job. I actually did some mods on the inside. One of the mods I did on the inside itself, if you guys can see it, is I did my steering wheel mod. So what I did was I went to Instagram, and on Instagram there was this guy promoting himself named Nathan, and he owns Rebadge Designs. So if you guys are on Instagram, look up Rebadge Designs. They're on Instagram, or rebadgedesigns.com. This guy is awesome, man. What he does is he actually takes your designs that you want and he creates them in badges. So he actually created an inlay for the center of my airbag and horn, and it has, you know, a saying on it that I wanted and whatnot. And he actually does awesome, and he actually does them for the push button, and he actually does it for the air condition inlay, and he actually can do them for the steering badge itself. I did not want to change it. A lot of guys, you see, they'll take the original plastic chrome and they'll peel it off and they'll stick these badges on. I didn't want to do that to take away from the value of the car. In case anything happens, I can just peel this off and get rid of the car, sell the car, whatever I want to do. For that right there, I think I paid $104. I actually have a badge on the rear that he actually did for me, and my car has been in the weather. As you can see, my car has been in the snow, salt, summertime, spring, fall, and it has not come off. It has not peeled off, and you won't have any problems. The guy does an awesome job, man. He's great at actually getting back with you, and he actually sends you a rendering of what he's doing and see if it meets your approval. Another mod that I actually did to my vehicle itself was I actually did the L-Wire mod. So with the L-Wire mod, lift up the steering wheel. With the L-Wire mod, I actually took, to open the door. With the L-Wire mod, I actually took the L-Wire itself, which is this wire here. This ran all the way around here, back down where the steering column is, all the way down to the where the footwell is, and back under here, up through the center console, all the way around, and then I snipped it here. So the L-Wire itself on eBay was $8.69, and it actually comes with like a circuit, like a barrel circuit, so you actually don't short anything out. And at night, when you actually have your vehicle running, the wire actually shows red, blue, green, whatever color you want to get. They actually have L-Wires in that color. The thing is, I tell anybody who's doing this mod is, if you're doing this mod, make sure you know what you're doing. Disconnect the battery first, and then do your wiring to the light. You wire to the light of the footwell. Once you wire to the light, you won't have any problems because this cuts on. Another thing is, when you actually are doing this mod, if you can get someone who knows what they're doing, that's electrical, has electrical background, anything like that, you won't have any problems. Like me, myself, I am an electrical engineer in the Army, so I actually know what I'm doing, and it didn't take me long. I actually did it for a friend too. I knocked his out within less than 10 minutes. It's pretty easy, and it's actually a great mod, man. It actually makes your car stand out itself, and people are actually going to be amazed when they sit in your car, because if you don't know that the new generation Camaros actually have them on the side of the doors and the center console, and it actually looks pretty neat. So I said, hey, I want to have that same mod but have my own touch, so that's what I did. Another mod that I actually did to the vehicle itself is the lights. So I upgraded the lights in the vehicle. I actually upgraded all the lights in the vehicle, the side of the doors, if you can see the side of the doors, and that mod for the lights itself actually was $14.99 for a package. It came with a whole little bag full of LEDs. I got it for the glove box. This right here was the hardest to put in. I have never ever dealt with a bulb that was so tight to get out. If you can have someone with small fingers reach in there and grab it, man, you will be the happiest person alive. That is so hard to get out. Like I say, $14.99 for that. The only thing that you can't really do with the change of the bulbs is the rear. The rear itself is going to be that funky tan orange or whatever color you want to call it, but you can't really change this out unless you take the whole headliner out, and it's not really worth it in my opinion. Like I say, eBay actually had it for $14.99 for the whole interior mod, and I actually did it for the trunk itself and for the tag light. And then the next mod itself, I want to talk with you guys about is, I can show you in the back here, is the one I was telling you about before with the T-Savage rebadged design inlay. So this right here is the one that I had made here. This one here plus the one in the front was $104, and like I said, this thing right here has been in all the weather for the last year, and I have not had a problem with it. Have not had a problem with this thing here. It stays on there. It is not going anywhere unless you peel this thing up with a razor or something like that. That's the only way it's coming up. And the final mod that I actually did with this vehicle itself is a mid muffler delete. The mid muffler delete itself, I went to a local auto shop and they did the mid muffler delete for me for 80 bucks, and it actually sounds fucking awesome, man. So I'm gonna give you guys a cold start since I'm out here. Tell me guys what you think. Hold on one second. Damn hood is up. This car's so sensitive, man. Alright. Telling you, man, it sounds fucking awesome, man. You do the mid muffler delete, you set yourself up for success. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off now. Valves have actually closed. So those are the mods I actually have on my 2016 Dodge Challenger. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, anything concerning what I did or how I did the mods, please leave a comment and I actually will get back with you, man. I'm not like some of these guys that actually you write something and they won't get back with you. I actually will get back with you. So I will leave a link in the description on where I found all these parts, and please also leave a comment, like and subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button, man. I actually will be putting out more content for you guys on more mods that I'm actually going to do in the future, and just daily what's going on. Appreciate you guys.